Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Facebook Friday. My name's Eric Hammond of the Orange Stack. We do these shows every week. We try to do them Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So if you want to join us live, be sure to check us out Fridays at 10 a.m. As you can tell, we're an hour late today. Crazy stuff. If you watch the news in San Diego County, which is where I'm located, we've actually had some fire evacuations. There's a big fire that started out kind of in the Bonsall area in the last day or so, and there's been mandatory evacuations for an area that I actually keep a car that I store. So I'm a big Volkswagen collector. I love Volkswagens, those old air-cooled ones. I have a bus from the 60s, and I keep it out there just because we don't have room in our garage. And the area got evacuated this morning, so I had to run out there and grab the car and keep it in a safe area. So we're good here in Carlsbad, but you know, if you're in the North County area, be sure to look out for the fires today. Well, so anyway, moving on, why are we here? This is the place where it all started for me as a real estate agent. So I wanted to kind of make this kind of a cool shot. So I got my real estate license in California about 4 years ago, almost 3.5 years ago, and I started out with Keller Williams, as many of you know, and this is the Carlsbad Keller Williams office here. There's about 150 agents that work out of this office. It was a great place. It's kind of where I got my my hustle, my roots, and everything that I kind of got started with the real estate agent side of things. I was obviously in real estate before for a while. Started out in investing, owning a bunch of rental properties and flipping houses in the state of Utah. And then as my family and I moved back here to California, this became the place. So I met these guys at a happy hour one day, and it turned out to be a great relationship. I've been at Keller Williams now for, like I said, just over or almost 4 years. So coming up pretty soon. Anyway, as the title goes to show today, I want to talk about new agents. Last week we talked about growing a team and is it right to grow a team, and you know, what are some of the steps that you can succeed as a team. And today I want to give you 10 tips really to kind of get started in real estate and how to just make it happen. You know, there's 80% of real estate agents don't make it to year number 2. So if you're in that first 24 months, here's some things that are hopefully going to help guarantee your success and get to that year three to make sure that you stay in real estate if that's what your dream is, and make it happen and make it successful for you. So we'll kind of start at the top here with goals. Number one is commit to your goals. You know, I think a lot of people set their goals in January. As we wrap up the year here in December, a lot of people prepare January 1st for their New Year's resolutions. They write down a bunch of goals on a piece of paper and they put it in the drawer and they never look at it again. You got to commit to these things. You got to look at them all the time. For me, I write my goals twice a day, every morning and every night. So on average, I'm writing my goals out about 730 times a year, which is about 729 more times than most people write theirs out. So you need to write your goals out. You need to know what it is. You need to commit to them. If you've got goals that you don't even know what they are, how are you going to be able to know if it's December and if I hit it or not? You know, I think a lot of people say, hey, I want to sell 3, 4, 5 homes this year. How's that going to happen? That leads into step number 2, which is basically making a plan to meet your goals. You can't just write the fact that I want to hit 3 or 4, 5 homes this year. Make a plan. How many houses are you going to knock on? How many sellers are you going to talk to? How many appointments do you need to go on to make those things happen? So for me in my business, I write out our yearly goals, our 6-month goals, our quarterly goals, our monthly goals, our weekly goals, and then even my daily goals. So I know down to the day everything that I need to know of what needs to happen. I know that I need to make one of these videos every Friday. I know ahead of time all the content that I need to prepare so that I'm ready for this video on Friday. I know the amount of people that I need to talk to each week, the amount of emails that I need to send out, the phone calls that I need to make. It's all lined up so that I can hit my goals. And that's how you need to be with real estate. You need to break it down to the day of how many calls you need to make, because it's a numbers game. You may have a goal of 500 dials if you're calling on the phone per day, and you may get 500 no's or 500 no answers. But if you keep at it, the statistics are there that you're going to succeed. So you just got to know your numbers. You got to know what it's going to take. If you have a goal of selling 5 homes this year, what do you need to do it every single day? You know, you got to know your numbers. So every area is different. For you to sell one house in Carlsbad is going to be completely different than for you to sell one house in Texas or Florida or New York. So you got to know your numbers and stick to it. Next one is to role play. This is a big one. I think that a lot of new agents get stuck on the objections. They think they're going to get on the phone, they're going to kill it, and then they get the no and they hang up because they don't know what to say. If I say, hey, I'm a for sale by owner and we're going to wait it out a month, does that mean I said no? That means maybe come over and check it out. Maybe help me get to that point, right? So what do you say to the people that tell you no? What do you tell the objections that you get? You need to be able to role play those practice them, know your top 7 or 10 objections that you're going to get and have them memorized, committed in your head. I would definitely suggest, I did this for about 3 years, is having a role play partner. Somebody every single morning that you can call and run through all your objections with. Mine was at 6 a.m. every single morning, and I would get on the phone, I'd call her, she would give me hers, I'd give her mine, we'd go back and forth, and we nailed it. It was awesome. So I think having your objections that clearly defined and being able to just spat them out right off the bat is awesome. You know, look yourself in the mirror if you have to, but be able to commit up to memory. Just knowing the objections is huge. Role playing is a big part of it. That's number 3. So number 4, reach out to customers. That can be a big one too. You know, you need to get in front of new people every single day. Like I said, if your goal is 500 calls a day, how are you going to do that? Are you going to be calling expireds? Are you going to be circle calling? Are you going to be door knocking? Are you going to be going out to businesses and passing out your card? Whatever it is, you got to be able to reach out to new people every single day, because you know, following up with the old is great, but you also got to keep bringing in the new every single day. So make sure that you have a plan for that. Number 5, check the daily hot sheets. Okay, this basically, people call it hot sheets, different things. I know when I was in Utah, we had a different version of it versus California. But basically this just means is know what's going on in your area. Know what's active, know what's sold, know what's expired, know how many days on market things are going, know what, you know, if you have a certain farm, know what's happening in that area. I mean, the last thing you want to do is think that you've got this house that's coming up in a month or 2 that you're going to get excited about listing, and then another agent took it. So you got to know your numbers. You got to know where things are. You can actually set it up with your MLS to send you an email every single morning that has the statistics of everything going on in your farm. So I did that for years. It's a great way to get to know the area. Actually, one of the things that we recommend too is go bring your cell phone. I'm actually recording this on my cell phone. Go bring your phone, go hit the top 5 homes that are in your farm that have listed that day or that week. Go check them out on camera, do a live video from Facebook, and go share that with your clients so that they can see what's going on too. It helps you stand out. It helps you know the market better. It helps your clients know that you know the market better. So that's my tip for that one. Next one is attending networking events. Okay, so the next thing is just getting to know people, right? Go to the YPNs, go to the your MLS will have like a mixer every month. Go to investor groups, go to BNI, go to all sorts of things. There's hundreds of different things. Go on Meetup and just see what's available around your area. We did a post, a blog post about this last week that basically said, you know, here's some unique ways that you can work with your hobbies and getting more business. Meaning, like, if I'm into cars, I'm going to go to car shows. I'm going to talk to people about real estate because I already like cars and I'm in real estate, so I can connect with those people. So find ways to connect with people that you network with. It doesn't have to always be business, but just find ways to go meet new people that maybe can give you referrals or pass along your business. If you don't know what BNI is, Google BNI, which is Business Networking International, and go find a chapter near you that you can join. They're really hard to find an opening at a real estate section, but go see what's out there. You never know. Okay, the next one is attending a seminar or conference, or even taking an online class. So, you know, Tom Ferry teaches a lot of great conferences every year, usually in August or July. There's a lot of other great seminars out there that you can learn from, whether it's real estate specific on how to be a better real estate agent, or maybe it's just about business growth. There's one that I'm going to in January that talks about, you know, how to get your business to the next level, how to hire, how to grow, things like that. You need to always be learning. Someone said commit about 5% of your income to education and knowledge and learning every year. So if you make $100,000 a year, devote 5 of it to education. You know, so maybe you read some books, maybe you go to a conference out of state, things like that. Find things that are going to be impactful, that are going to benefit you. You know, try to find something that's probably in your industry each year, and then try to find something that's going to help you with business goals, growth, you know, planning, those kind of things. They can be huge. Right now in Florida is Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins. That's more on your personal level, but Tony teaches a ton of stuff about figuring out who you are, about helping your business grow. He teaches a class in Vegas every year called Business Mastery. Incredible stuff. I would definitely recommend going to that. It's about a week long. It costs quite a bit of money, but it's incredible to go to. So, you know, spend about 5% of your budget right now on educating yourself and developing your brain and learning. You know, you got to invest in yourself before you invest in your business. That's a huge one that I've followed for years. And read as much as you can. Okay, next one is make sure your website is searchable. So a lot of people have their, you know, default website with the MLS feeding into it like an IDX feed, but then they don't put it out there for the world to see. So obviously there's Zillow and there's Redfin and stuff like that, and you're thinking, well, why bother? You do need to bother. There's so much that you can do to get your clients to come to your website and search your stuff. If you've got blogs that are interesting, if you've got content that's different, you know, Redfin and Zillow are actually now creating content about why to buy real estate, about what's going on in certain areas, and they're being kind of the expert of all things real estate. You need to keep up with this. Man, Zillow's coming strong, and you need to be able to stand out and keep up with it. So instead of being kind of a national level, think about how you can be the local level. Know what's going on in your farm, know what parks are going on. You know, today there's this fire going on in North San Diego County. If I was a real estate agent, which I'm still active, I just don't do it anymore. I don't sell houses anymore. I still have an active license so I can help you guys. But go out there and report on the news. You know, don't be the weatherman, but go talk about what's going on. Go talk about how fires can affect home values. Go talk about being prepared for these kind of things. You know, just be the knowledge and know-how of your farm and your area, and people will trust you and follow you and know that you're a source of information. So that's how you're going to get traffic to your website. Definitely take advantage of SEO practices, which is search engine optimization. You can basically get higher ranked on Google because of that. Putting content out there that Google likes is going to help you get more traction that way too. So that's a big one. The next one is to have a system to connect with online leads. Okay, so you're on Facebook, right? And you're getting your online leads from Facebook and they're coming in there. How do you capture this information? How do you capture the leads that are in there? It all comes back to your CRM. Being able to have an automation tool that says, hey, Jimmy just signed up for my services, or he joined my newsletter, or he's interested in what we offer. How do you reach back to them within seconds of them saying that they're interested in working with you? The last thing you want to do is have a lead capture system at the beginning of the day that brings you all these leads, and then you're following up with them at 6 o'clock at night, 8 hours later, and you're like, hey Jimmy, I saw that you're on our website. He's not picking up the phone. You got to be there within 5 minutes or less. Really, you got to contact them with about 60 seconds. And that's not going to be humanly possible, so you have to automate it. If you've got an online lead generation system that brings in leads while you're sleeping or does something while you're not at the computer, you have to respond to them quickly. You have to be able to let them know that you're there and listening and that you're going to get a hold of them. Maybe you just have an automated email that says, hey, thanks for signing up for this, or thanks for clicking this. Here's some information. I'm going to call you in the next hour. Does that work for you? And then have it email you so that you know Jimmy was on your site and you can set aside some time in the day to call him. So that's important stuff. Okay, next one is, oh, this is number 10, awesome. Stay positive, right? Stay positive. A positive attitude will get you through anything. I mean, there's people losing their homes right now. I think it's like 5,000 acres or something like that that's already burned. You gotta stay positive. You gotta have that mindset to get through anything. You're gonna have the worst days, you're gonna have the best days. Hopefully you can be steady Eddie and not have these major up and downs in your life. If you let everything get to you, it's gonna be rough. You obviously have to be human, you have to be able to interact with people, but stay positive. You know, when somebody's listing has been on the market for 3 months and you're not able to sell it and you're woe is me, they're gonna move on to somebody else. You gotta stay positive, give them ideas, help them get their home sold, reassure them that it's gonna be okay. So what you say matters. I think having a mantra every morning that you can go to and tell yourself it's going to be okay. I actually carry mine in my wallet every single morning. I read it in the mirror. I tell myself the things that I need to hear in my life to get me going, to pump me up, and to stay positive in my life. So hopefully that helps. There's 10 tips for you new real estate agents who are probably brand new. They don't have a clue what they're doing. They passed the real estate test and they said, man, the real estate school didn't teach me anything about what to do to go find business. So this is how to hustle. This is how to go find it. We're going to give you more tips and strategies as we go on and helping you guys succeed at real estate. That's what Facebook Friday is all about, is helping the business side of things grow and expand and get to the next level. So be sure to check out our newsletters, which come out every Thursday, where we share tips and strategies on social media and how to get an ROI from your social media account. I think that that's where the world's going. Those billboards, those skyriders, the signs on the side of the road are just gone. You got to look to your phone where everyone's looking nowadays. So thanks for checking out our show each week. We're live here at 10 a.m. Pacific. Again, my name is Eric with the Orange Stack. Thanks for following along. We'll catch you next week.